still held on for the huge win on the road, and the GOAT is headed to his 10th Super Bowl. Greg is back with us, Acho. What did Tom Brady prove in the W?
On the field, he proved nothing, if we're being honest. Like, on the field, my dog threw 3 interceptions in the second half. He only had a 55% completion percentage. So what Tom Brady himself proved? Absolutely nothing. But I will say, like Bruce Arians said, Tom Brady proved that he can get everyone to believe on the team. Like, that's, and in all honesty, maybe that means more.
Yes.
Because Tom Brady and his play, it was very, very, very poor. But think about what the Buccaneers defense, what they did, and that belief that he allowed in them. Because Jason Pierre-Paul, he was on the Bucs last year. Shaq Barrett, he was on the Bucs last year. Sue, he was on the Bucs last year. Them DBs, they were on the Bucs last year, but they played at a higher level in the biggest moment, and I will give part of that to Tom Brady. Maybe that's misplaced praise, but it's going to go to him nonetheless, because when I talk about what did Tom Brady prove, he ain't really proved nothing for me. 7 of 14 in the second half, 1 TD, a 51 passer rating in the second half. League average is 90. Tom Brady, the individual, tangibly he proved nothing. But the ability he had to galvanize everyone around him, that's what he proved to me. And I'll say this. Yesterday, that meant a lot more than his individual success or lack thereof.
Usually I start off my takes with either me countering what you said, or I like to build my arguments, kind of radio style, you know. But this time I'm going to hit you with a little softball from my experiences. Tom Brady made me rethink what a 10 was. Let's go back into my social life when I was super single like you, Acho. You know, you used to think somebody was beautiful. You're like, that's the most beautiful person I ever met. And then you just throw them away in your RAM or whatever the hell you got on your head, hippocampus, somewhere, cerebellum. You just keep it up there. That's a 10. That's the finest person. And then you ever go somewhere, usually outside our borders, you go there and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I just redefined what I thought perfection was. That's what Tom Brady did to me yesterday. But Acho is guilty of what I'm guilty of, which most athletes are guilty of. We only count what we see, but the things we don't see is what counts the most. Ooh, that's a bar. Wileyism. Cut that tape. Here are the Bucs before Tom Brady showed up. They thought this was a 10. Boy, stop. Coming off of 3 straight losing seasons, coming off 12 straight seasons without making the playoffs, coming off 17 straight seasons without a playoff win, worst winning percentage in NFL history, and the worst winning percentage for any major American pro sports franchise. Yes, that includes my Clippers. And then all of a sudden, they just get Tom Brady in the building. And look at this, Acho, being real. Mike Evans didn't have a better year this year. Chris Godwin didn't have a better year this year. Matter of fact, they had the best duo in terms of receiving yardage last year. But you know what's great? To see that a team could be greater than a sum of its parts. How guys can have more impact despite not necessarily having more numbers. And that's what Tom Brady does. He runs a different calculation, y'all. He's performing a different equation that has led to the ultimate success more so than any other player in history. I end this lap by saying this. Tom Brady is in position to win his 7th Super Bowl. 7th Super Bowl. And nobody else in NFL history has even played in 7 Super Bowls. Boy, stop. Tom Brady out there laughing at cats while he laps them.
Tom Brady proved exactly what the expectations we had were. That this team, if they got Tom Brady, they were a Super Bowl bound team. We could all cut and slice it however we wanted to and picked it and literally micromanage it throughout the course of the season. But Tom Brady, the belief, like you said, Acho, getting guys to believe. But I will go a step further and say he proved it even on the football field. Last week, we talked about Tom Brady and what he did to not lose the game because he didn't create those turnovers. He didn't give the ball to his opponent. Well, this week he did. But then he had to bounce back. He had to be resilient when they needed him most. Not just because I say it, you need to believe, but because I live it. This is why you believe and you follow me as the leader, as the alpha male in this locker room. And Tom Brady did that. We talk about the 3 interceptions, but he also had some touchdown throws in that game, didn't he? He also had some extremely crucial third down conversions in that game. I mean, they were 64% on third down. And I'm not talking third and manageable. I'm talking third and long. Down distances that the Packers defense should have capitalized on, but he broke their back. He broke their will time in and time out. And to your point, Marcellus, it's the things that go unseen on that sideline. When the game got tight, when Aaron Rodgers came back and brought his team back and they were within striking distance, what does Tom Brady do? Well, we don't get to see it, but we've all been on the sideline. We've all been on the sideline when the leader comes up and say, hey, I got it. Don't trip. Follow me. And that's what Tom Brady brought, not just inside the locker room, but on the field. So he proved everything that we've seen him do in New England and what he provided for that franchise for over 19, 20 years. He's doing the same thing and has done the same thing for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. And the GOAT question, everybody talks about, oh, he's solidified the GOAT. That was solidified well before this season. This just took him to, in my opinion, another stratosphere where this guy he's in a stratosphere by himself solely, period. I'm talking nobody else, no other athlete is no other athlete is in this stratosphere. It's Tom Brady alone. Let him go off into the sunset however he wants to. He can fall off any cliff he wants to next year. He can decide to retire. You've done enough.
I mean, here's the thing, G. Y'all know, unfortunately, we've probably all been to funerals at some point in our life. And at funerals, people get up there and all they do is speak about the positives as if the person they had no negatives. And that's what this really sounds like we're doing for Tom Brady right now. So can we just pump the brakes a little bit, G? Can they win the Super Bowl? Can we pump the brakes a little bit, G? LeBron James is also in that stratosphere. If you want to say any other athlete, can we just
I'm not going to pump the brakes.
Just tap him.
I'm not going to pump the brakes. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to pump the brakes. I'm not going to pump the brakes because we do enough of trying to minimize what greatness looks like and what greatness is.
That's fair.
And I'll tell you this, Marcellus, you've alluded to it several times. None of us are even close to that Tom Brady ability as far as longevity, as far as what he's accomplished on the football field. Am I correct?
Correct. Yes.
So we don't know. We don't even understand the mentality that he has to prepare himself for every single day to get to that level, to make himself believe that, you know what, I haven't done anything yet. Reboot, reassess, and literally tell yourself, you know what, I got to do this all over again because they doubt me, but I still have more to prove to myself. Can I do it again? Can I top what I just did?
G, here's
I'm going to praise him because I've knocked him several times.
Here's where I'm going. I just want to make sure that the praise is properly dispersed. Now, again, I'm appreciating Tom Brady, but I'm appreciating what Tom Brady did for everybody else. Like, when I look at it, he had the second worst completion percentage this postseason. He had the second most interceptions this postseason. Tom Brady didn't throw for 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no picks. The praise I'm saying, I'm just dispersing also to Bruce Arians. I'm dispersing to Todd Bowles. I'm dispersing as well to Byron Leftwich. The most impressive thing Tom Brady did yesterday, he didn't do. The most impressive thing Tom Brady did yesterday was what everybody else who never did before seemingly did yesterday because of Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying. Is like, it's not so much what Tom Brady did, it's what everybody else did, which speaks volumes of Tom Brady. I'm just not going to ignore the fact that his performance was rather pedestrian, but everybody else seemed to be galvanized. For me, that's just where it starts and where it stops.
I hear you, and I agree. I agree with that, but I think it goes even beyond just that locker room. The Tom Brady effect and impact, it goes across that field to the opponent because in the back of their mind, they're thinking, man, this is a little different because Tom Brady done been there. Most of them aren't really concerned. Nobody was concerned. You said it. Nobody was concerned about this Bucs team when Jameis Winston was leading them at quarterback. But now everything is pretty much still intact, but there's one difference. It's Tom Brady. It's because they know he's capable of reaching a height mentally and physically, if need be. Given whatever is needed for him to go to, he can go there. And that is why I can't just minimize his play on the field and just credit all his praise to, oh, I got them to believe. Yeah, we knew that he would get them to believe, but he still had to play to a level to where we thought, can he still do that at 43 years old?
Yeah, man. Greg breaking this down. This dude, Acho, I hear you. Acho is doing his praise with
It's everywhere. I'm praising everybody. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, but we're doing our praise with an and you're doing your praise with a but. And there's a big difference, my therapist would say, because it makes you feel like, wait a minute, you didn't give me my full praise with that